see a claim to the list.
Did you see that?
And there's James Harmer with his hands in his pocket.
Do we have a wire here?
Just read instructions. The instructions from the here, right after the comes on paper for a few minutes, but I think that the group of observers is
Mike, where's the paper towels? Yeah. That might help. Oh. Any more mix?
No, water. Look at that. It's way too milky. It's got to be pretty liquid. That's not even enough. Not for the whole thing.
Looks like somebody threw up. The 38 pancakes.
They're not done, that's okay.
Larry. Oh well, genius. Roddy got it.
Oh, sugar. We have to pour sugar into these pancakes, huh?
No, I want the syrup. I'm gonna go, yeah. Is it even on? Turn the heat up or something.
I wonder.
Is it on?
No.
Gee, well, that could be a white side cookie.
Yeah, that could be.
Probably. Is this thing on?
Yeah, that's hot.
No, it's on.
Talk, Tom.
Hey, Mikey, talk.
We just want you all to know how much this sucks. They gave us half an hour and 2 burners to cook about 5 things at the same time.
No, that worked.
And the pancakes aren't even started.
Yeah, they are. They're started. They're just not made. Oh, this stuff. Watch, I'm gonna grab this stuff and just slop it on plates. Okay, here.
So he can say it.
He's got the death answer.
Shut the camera on the Alpo.
Where is it?
Move this so I can lay this down. James, wake up.
Wait up, buddy.
Move this.
Whatever can
No,
make
Mr. My hash brown. Here, put up. Back here, you.
Get a rain. Put a box over this to keep it warm at least some.
Whoa. What an idea, Chris. That box to keep it warm.
idea. It'll do more than just sitting there.
Okay.
Mmm.
As soon as those hash browns are done, we gotta start on those pancakes.
That's if they ever get this. Where's the hash brown thing?
Let's go put.
It's in here.
No, X-rated.
Mark came over and he just started playing with the hash browns. You could have done that.
Oh, play with the hash brown.
No one had to tell.
Kiki.
No one had to tell Mark to go through the hash browns. He just did it. Every time I try to do something, you guys tell me to do something else. They were sitting around for 20 minutes, not doing anything in the bed.
Give me 2 more hash browns.
Wait, let me defrost them.
This thing's gonna be a bitch to clean.
I brought campsites, so that might help.
We need some WD-40.
Yeah, the sandblasters.
Well, how do we know you didn't stick it up your butt at night?
We know he did, that's the
I stick
problem.
the beers over there. Let's remember that.
What time?
Soon has to cook them.
All you had to do is open it. Wait, you should put oil.
Wait, make a hole in the middle.
Charcoal accents.
The mesquite action.
Wait, where's the striker thing for this? There wasn't enough burners. It took, I mean, it takes so long to cook this stuff. And it's just not working. There wasn't enough places to put stuff.
Yeah, but we didn't have any plates.
We were putting stuff on pan lids and sticking it in the box to keep it warm.
Yep.
Is that it?
Did the job get done?
Yes.
Not yet.
Depends on what the job is.
Number 2, did the job get done on time?
No way.
Was the time realistic?
Number 2, number 3, Mark, be quiet, okay? You're not going to learn why you Number 3, did everybody take part? Number 4, did everybody have a good time? Number 5, James? Number 5, would you want to do it again?
Nope.
That's the task. Now we can evaluate the leadership of the task. It was obvious to me, and I'm sure I share this with the other adults, that there was no leadership to this task. No one took charge.
That's pretty true.
It appeared, we're going to ask some questions to have you guys figure out what went wrong or what happened, what went wrong. Who was the first one to pick up the orange envelope? Wrong.
Pick it up.
And then what did you do?
I asked you who opened it.
And then what did you do?
And I put it back down and Chris snatched it.
Now my question is, why did you pick it up?
I was gonna open it.
And then why did you put it back out?
Seal it.
Because I didn't know if it was
Because you
the
didn't
right
tell me
time
you
to
could open it.
You open it up and be direct about it. And suffer whatever consequences come their way, regardless of what the situation is. A leader will take risks. You took no risk.
Fail. Go back home.
You played cautious. Well, I'm not going to do it. If I do it and I get in trouble, I won't do it. So Chris picked up the envelope and opened it. And what did you do? Okay. Do you remember what most of it said?
Yeah, there's a box with the orange X's on it. Go get it. There's in it is stepping to cook breakfast.
Okay. You have the letter?
Yeah, it's right over there. The hot chocolate's good on it. I know hot chocolate's things in the
They're for you. Is that what all of them were fried cookies?
yeah.
No, the orange juice and pears, they're good.
It's probably just fried water.
So, kind of hot water. 7 tasks that are for you, so at least all of you have been busy doing one thing at any given moment.
Almost to that's all we can do. So we can, there's about like 5 things to do at the cook. But we can't cook 5 things on the
That's true. You can't cook 5 things in the burner, but you can prepare, get everything ready, so that as soon as the burner's free, the next thing goes right on. As soon as the corned beef hash is done.
Okay, who's in charge? All of these, I hear, except for the fruit, I hear, I did part. I did part. Even though I know you want to, but rock climbing is something you can always do. And it's kind of something that'll improve you as an individual. Well, this is the schedule, and you're going to be expected to keep to it. And I'm only going by the dinners here. We've got Cornish game hens, baked potatoes, corn on the cob.
No clouds about it.
Okay, we've got spaghetti, and we've got beef stew. What do you want for tonight?
Game
You want to go with game hens tonight? Okay.
I said spaghetti.
Now what do you want to do? Well, what have we talked about that can help you as far as giving out information? What concept? Giving out information? You have to take notes? Okay, that's a good point. You can have notes to read from so you can give out information in an organized way. Hear plus see plus feel. Okay? When you're giving out information, like we said for receiving information, keeping you awake, you see it. You see it on the flip chart. You see it right above you, and you can't miss it. I mean, you have to know what I'm talking about. If you forget, you can always look up there. And you hear it.
I can't see the flip chart, fool. Bro, I can't see it now.
Okay. So you can hear it also. The other aspect of it is that
We plan to go climbing. What if it does snow? You're not going to climb in the snow. One, it's going to hurt your hands too much. Okay? It's dangerous on the rock. Well, what else are you going to do? Well, we can play football in the snow, right? That's done. Football's played in the snow. So you've got alternatives. There are other things you can do besides what anything is done at one time. So if it snows and you can't climb, you go play football. Okay? If it quits snowing and warms up, well then you can go climb. All right? So there's things that you might include in the whole package. You may have to shift them around. But you should consider all this stuff beforehand. Consider what you can shift, what you can substitute, what you can manipulate around before you do it. The idea is we're going to decide what the alternatives are. Okay, the next thing is write all this stuff down. Take notes on something. You've got something physical. It really helps you to remember what it is you've got. You go, oh yeah, well, I was making this cake and I forgot to include the baking powder. Writing it down is a recipe. In science, you call it a protocol, but it's a recipe. Okay. And sometimes when we do science experiments, somebody says, "Well, how hard is it?" You just say cookbook, which indicates it's written down. Anybody can follow the procedure, and anybody can do it. Okay. Not only in writing it down does it make it easier for you to do it. Let's say you want to do something, the same thing or something similar, but you make a decision on it. Okay. You decide this is what we're doing right now. then you can't
It's a
do it.
toggle switch.
So we said, okay, Labor Day. I said, fine, you can do it then. You gotta put the plan in action. You gotta decide what you can do. But you wanna do it. You don't wanna plan something and just not do it. That's no fun. And it gets dull. It's boring. You know, you just plan this stuff, but you never do anything. This is what you guys did in Troop 24.
Well, we never even really planned all that much either.
Okay, well, that's even worse.
You got to give yourself
Forgetting
good
which way
2
it
feet.
starts.
You still need more rope. You need a good 2 feet after the 8.
Taking pictures of Arnold struggling with his figure 8.
As soon as Samo gets this, we will move on to
Hey!
bowling on a coil.
Tom.
It's a good rescue knot. If you're down at the bottom of some chasm and you're going, throw me a rope, you know, you got to tie it on you somehow, and it's got to be done good. And also, if you're on top and somebody else is down below and you need to get them up out of there, you need to be able to explain to them how to tie this knot. So, slide, not up into your ribs, but stomach. And you're gonna leave this much hanging off on one side. Okay, so you're gonna use the majority of the other side of the rope to wrap.
Okay.
It's a lesson in bondage, Tom. Take good note.
How much do you want, Roger?
4 or 5 wraps. I got 5. The more you do, the more comfortable it will be. Just kind of get it all stuck in, get them together. Got it. Right there. Get those above your. Get them all together. Okay. This one, long one. Put a twist in it. One twist. I'm going to tuck it under. Okay, just a little bit. Now this end is going to go through that. Okay? Now when you pull on this, it's going to do something. So go. Heat up.
Killer. Where'd it go?
It's
Way
gonna-
to be Jerry.
Did you see how it kind of flipped and?
No.
Hi, Mom.
That's it. Yeah.
Now, does it matter which way the original loop is turned?
Yeah. Yes. Let me show
Coiling
you
a rope.
this of doing it. Some people like to get it started over their neck like this, and make equal loops
Right about ball length.
about net length. So all your loops should be equal.
Oh, sorry, man. Mine will
That's
hang
one
down my
way.
knees.
Tom, you like it keeps it off the ground.
Chris, that's a great exaggeration.
Another way is to just hold it in your right
Not my
hand.
case.
Just
Like
okay.
the way I'm doing
Just like this, and just you want each loop to be equal. That's most important.
So you
Okay,
grab it like this.
that's one way. Tomorrow I'll show you how to make a backpack.
Be okay.
I'm gonna move it along. I like that thing.
Are these all yours?
Those two are the teams. Yeah. This green rope here and this red rope over there that Chris has got and one almost got, those are team ropes. Those are the ones you can check out. So be kind to them.
Check out.
You can.
If you sold enough Christmas trees.
How's it going, Chris?
I'm having a great time.
I can still make a clean line. Yeah, sure. I'm in charge. Just eat hard.
Okay, Mark. Now to finish it off. Finish it off. So. Also, this middle this, you take that, the other free end, and two wraps. Starting here, and your feet. This decomposed granite's like ball bearings under your feet. Yeah, that's the last thing you want up there. So remember, the way to stay on the rock is to put pressure into the rock. I'm pushing in this way. If I don't, I'm gonna fall down like that. I'm just gonna slip. And if you're an owner of a pair of climbing shoes, you don't want to do that because you're gonna take off about 25 cents worth of rubber every time you do it, and it's gonna add up. That thing, locking off, you can hang. It's easier to hang. Keep your arm extended. So you do have to lock off like this. You guys paying attention? Things that look good to you may not look exactly good for somebody else. Just think about where you're going. I found a good spot to rest. I could hang out here indefinitely, or until my calves burned out. But when you get those chances, stop and rest. Look around. You got to choose. Why don't you try it first? Go for it, Emma.
Anywhere or right here has to be this spot.
Right? You know the limitations of your body. You know how far you can stretch without falling over. You know how long you can hold on to something without burning out and falling. It's hard to do it. So here you're going to have to plan ahead, figure out how you're going to get around this corner without fighting it.
That's good for the good strength.
Yeah.
Today?
There's no big holds on it. It's all friction, sort of. Okay, Mark, you start. We'll go up some of the other stuff.
You're a high adventure manager.
So,
You don't want to?
How to do this?
Where'd you have your hands?
Up high, to the left. Yes, that's a start.
My hands tear up real easily.
Well, then you're not gonna have fun on this.
Somebody's like,
Huh? You went farther? Standard?
Well, at this point, to get around any further, you gotta go low.
Mm.
Okay.
Traffic jam.
Mark's on you.
The American Gladiators. Mark
Do it.
push them off.
No, you cannot.
Don't mess with him.
It's hard right there, huh, Paul? Paul, it's like real hard right there on your fingers.
Puppy's dead now.
It's like the feet's not
Well,
back.
'cause I didn't balance.
It's good.
Ah, farted.
something longer.
So you're gonna have to. This is your goal right there for now, is to get to that for your hand.
In general, you don't walk like this. Okay? But moving along the rock is kind of like walking. First look and see.
Okay, Paul, what are you cooking there?
I'm cooking some. And we're gonna add the spaghetti and the sauce.
Bring your plates over for the spaghetti.
The delicate flavors of the spaghetti sauce.
Wow.
But tell them how it's lunar. That's the best part.
Extremely lunar.
See, it would have been solar, but today it's lunar.
Lunar. What's solar look like?
Solar's with the sun. Yeah, it would be fish if it was solar, but it's lunar, so it's spaghetti. You gotta. You get what you know what I mean?
Well, I guess I have to see it myself. Huh?
Yeah. It's kind of hard for the normal person to understand.
Hard for the person who eats it to understand.
What do you got there, Chris? Spaghetti. Anything special about the spaghetti? It's not tofu.
It was made by Chris.
Chris who?
Chris Opella.
Oh, right. Biggest stud of all the world. Well, something must be wrong. I think Gary's not having any.
Gary's gonna have some. Of course he is. Aren't you, Gary?
How's the tofu?
Great.
The best tofu I had all day.
That's why he's about to throw it up. Would you like some? Would you like to try some, please? Sneeze my spaghetti.
Jamming out the meals here.
That's right.
What kind of spaghetti sauce?
What's for breakfast
Have
tomorrow?
meatballs or not?
Mushroom?
Okay, how do you guys like the dinner tonight?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yum.
I made some
bread,
spaghetti
though.
and contorno.
No bread.
eating it, but I think it's
gonna be good.
It looks good, but I'm not eating it.
I remember that.
What about cheese?
No cheese. Why don't you eat it?
And there go the Varsity Scout Team 6107 going for a jog around Joshua Tree National Monument in this 8-degree weather. And while the team runs, we got Chris Opella slaving away at the stove here. What's for breakfast?
This morning we're having eggs, sausage, oatmeal, and lots of hot chocolate.
Yes.
And in the upper right-hand corner, you should have your name written. Okay? Evidence, it was clear to everybody that it does get cold during Joshua Tree. The calisthenic exercises that you did this morning give you an opportunity to get moving. If you get moving, you warm up. That's the only way you can get yourself going until the sun hits you. When the sun starts coming out, everything else starts to warm up. Today, we're going to concentrate on, we have 3 sessions this morning before lunch, so we're going to concentrate on specifically your jobs within the team. The way we're going to accomplish this is we're going to break up into groups. And the groups are going to consist of the supervisor and manager for that specific program area. On your schedule, you see it says Supervisor Manager Conference. Okay? That also, for a lack of trying to fill out this line with a bunch of other things, that also means Captain Coach Conference. So, Amo, you're going to pair up with Paul and Tim for 3 sessions. There's 15-minute breaks in between each session. You can do whatever you want during them. I suggest you try to
Slam dance.
Yeah,
Almost sand.
It took all 4 of them.
What's wrong with you guys? Somebody take the ball.
More of that, one big thumb on me.
Darling.
Darling.
Hey, Chris, are you sure you're not hurt?
Dude, he elbowed my man.
Come on, Gary.
Spin, spin, spin! Yeah! Yeah! Spin, spin, spin! It took all 4 of them. You still can't get him down.
Damn,
Okay, the scouts have spotted a roadrunner. See it on camera.
Come on, James, Jason, see how fast it goes.
See how fast it
Wave to the camera.
Look at this, I like the other stuff.
is, man. Hey, I need my hat.
No pictures without my hat on. Oh.
Look at that, Brent hair, Brent hair, Brent hair.
It's called hat head.
Hey, Brent.
On that pot too, so that you got water in it. Touch that boil.
I don't have it on me. There's a lighter.
Hey, James, what'd you make for lunch?
I made abortion stew with bananas.
He didn't make anything. He poured a can into a pot and said,
remember,
eat
this
this.
is going to be showing the appearance, okay? Your choice of words.
Were there bananas in that tomato soup?
No,
Oh, good.
There's nothing in it. He barely made anything for
he
lunch.
didn't make anything. He bought a Campbell's can.
There's not even water
He
in
poured
it.
it in.
Yeah, there is.
And he left the fetuses floating around in it.
Yummy placenta stew.
Let's focus in on Paul here.
Nuts?
It's a cow.
Is he think it's nuts?
It's a cow patty he found out in the pasture.
Organic sprouted wheat bread.
It's really good with
Yum.
honey.
I was gonna go for the soup, but I think I have to pass for today. Unfortunately, although it does look good.
And now we got Gary Olin for lunch. He doesn't eat. He doesn't eat. Why don't you eat scout food?
He's smart.
Tom, you know better than that.
Look, there's the Roadrunner.
That's a question that does not need answering.
It's going into Gary's tent.
That false smell. Gary's all, what?
It's dying.
He's gonna jump on Gary's pillow and then he's gonna walk out.
Maybe Gary's tent to that one. It smells fall.
Tortillas.
Mark, is that how you eat at home?
Yeah, she doesn't. She doesn't. It's all in the wrist.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Did you really get double-sided axe?
No, my dad's 76. Never been. I've been in the hospital once.
Whose radio is that?
Amadeus. 62.
What?
Your stereo's in the line of fire.
They never had a problem.
Bravo, Yankee. Bravo, Yankee. Bye-bye.
Meadows! I've got good genetics.
Wow, that was weird. Oh, I was holding my, kept washing it out. It's an old brick, but
I know.
Those things don't feel heavy.
Monster man.
oh no, they're light.
Who's got a BSA handbook? I do. Open the page to the center.
I don't need this.
Mike's underneath.
A, B, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. H, I.
Hi.
What are you doing, Amadeo?
I need some more
We need
butter.
a pot.
The natives are restless.
Action.
This is the official Varsity Scout Team 6107 Christmas tree. Charlie Brown Christmas tree for Joshua Tree 1990. 1990/1991.
Is it
In
a
the center.
$20 for it, right?
35. 35.
That's
Wait
the
a
top
minute.
of the line.
In the center of our table.
This is Varsity Scout Team Camp 1990.
Come in all different sizes. And it's pretty much a matter of looking at the crack, looking at the nut and going, yeah, that looks like it'll fit in there and I can wedge it in. The friends, on the other hand, each friend has a range because it can go to that big all the way down to that small. So there's not too much to figure out with the friend. Each piece, though, has the ability in the crack to what's called walk. That is, after it's in, and say you're clipped in the rope through here and you're on lead, and you're going to continue on, it has the ability to walk, to work itself back out of the crack. No.
Okay, I found it. A little bit of slack.
I think I just might have to get back on.
Here we are at Indian Cove Campground. This is our first day up on the rock. As you can see, it's a fairly good sized rock. And they're working on it pretty well. We've got Tim on the skyline there on the left, Gary in the middle, and Tom on the right. See how Gary's doing here.
Almost to, that knot is stuck again on the anchor.
Gary's a real good climber, as you see. Let's go see how Paul and James are doing. Well, before we go over and see how Paul and James are doing, we got Amadeo here, and he's starting to make his way up. To show you in retrospect to the other guys, there's Gary up there, and you can see Tom in the background. Tim up there in the skyline. These guys are doing pretty good. Of course, all three of these teams decide to climb in the sun. Paul and James are in the shade. We'll go take a look at them. Paul just put in protection.
Where? Why don't you stand on top of that block and take a look? Yeah.
Where's he gonna put in protection, Mike?
Miguel, answer my question.
Well, as you see, Paul is out there in the shadows working on, while James down there, I don't know if you can see him very well, he's behind the bush. He is belaying, or supposed to be belaying. Meanwhile, back at Tim and Almo, as you can see, they're doing really good. Almost made it up there to up on the ridge there. I like this camera. This is a good angle shots here.
Oh, he's got that.
He's looking really good up there.
gotta keep your sense of humor.
What can I do either?
Maybe you'll be paralyzed for a couple of years. Yeah, no, that's thinker. Hey, wait!
There's Amadeo making the final moves to the top. Now he's up there with Tim. Not better. Now back to the Paul Zakian show. There's Paul gingerly moving across this rock here. He's got a lot of handholds all over the place. I think if he just used them, he'd find out that things are not as bad as they appear. And he's got to go a ways before he gets up past that knob there to Tim and Amadeo.
You're almost in butt crack, Paul.
Climb on.
Okay, now Mark is going to follow the route that Gary went up. And it's pretty good. This is what varsity scouting is all about anyway. It's about guys taking the challenge and doing it. So Mark negotiates the first moves from his belay stance up the crack. We'll be following the rope line that you see up there.
Use hand jams and stuff, Mark.
Use the what?
Hand jams, fist jams.
And eventually he'll get up to the spot where Gary is up at the top, gingerly moving his way up. We're going to go see how. We'll come back a little bit, but we're going to go now to see how Chris and Tom are doing. Mark's doing very well right here, very well up this section.
If I don't pull them.
Well, it appears that Tom is still putting his anchor on up there.
Hold on, I'm gonna tie down.
He's just putting his anchor in up there, so we'll go back to Mark and see how he's doing. Here's Mark. He's made it to his first piece of protection on the route. Doing pretty well for a high adventure manager, I'd say. He's unclipping from the bolt, and he'll continue up.
Alright, that one, huh? Yeah. Okay.
Here's Mark. He's negotiating things a little more than he was before. Looks like he's just about ready to make a move. The first sections of it were very easy for him. Now he feels he's a little bit off the ground here, and things are starting to get a little more tougher to climb. So, a part of planning is the ability to decide where you're headed. This is, climbing is probably the best example of getting guys to plan. They have to plan their moves. They have to look around and see all their resources that they have, and then go for it.
Isn't Tim on the other end of the rope?
And here he goes.
Is Tim tied in?
Are you tight?
So then you're belaying him, right?
You about ready to climb? Almost. Okay. Hold on.
Okay, well, it sounds like Tom and Chris are just about ready to go. Now let's go to them and see how they're doing. Mark is still working this problem here. Here's a good shot of Mark. Chris and Tom are still working out things. Here's a good shot of Mark making his move real good. Excellent mantle move.
Slack.
Excellent.
it up.
He's doing real good here.
If you want me to tighten it up.
Okay, now we'll go to Chris. It looks like they're moving now. Here's Chris Appella doing some chimney moves at the beginning, making his way up to his first piece of protection. Looking really good here. Okay, while Chris is taking out the protection, we're going back to Mark and Gary. Real teamwork here. Mark's almost done with the climb. He's just going to make it up there to Gary. He's doing really good on this. Really good for his first time. We'll go back to see how Chris Appella is doing. Just a bit. Looks like he's just about ready to top off in this climb here. Now we got a good camera angle here. We both can watch Mark and Chris working together. This is really good. Chris is another piece of protection. Extracts it well. Mark is still looking around for footholds and handholds. And he's just about off the climb. Chris, we'll move into Chris now. See how he's doing.
Where are you right now?
I'm at the first corner.
Okay.
This is Harry.
Right there.
This is what Varsity is all about: exploration, discovery, adventure, expeditions, challenging oneself. Chris is doing a great job here. Doing really good. Now if you just get this move out of the way.
Standby. Turns on in about 2 seconds.
Okay. Here's Mark just about ready to get off the top. He's just about to Gary here.
This is hard, I can't.
This is really good. Good climb.
Just go for it. I'm holding on to it.
You can hear Tim up there. Him and Amo got up first, so he's kind of looking for a walk off, perhaps, to get down. Mark's just about ready to get off.
Problem is, I don't see how to just go for it.
There he goes. And one more move, or maybe two, and he's off. It's great to have instructors like Gary Owen and Tom Zess and Tim Burke help these scouts out in rock climbing. Let's go see how Chris is doing here. Well, he seems to kind of be stuck.
Over here, Mike.
Here goes James Harmer. The last one to get going on the rock. They were kind of late in getting started. James did a lot of procrastination. But now he's on it.
Psycho.
We all grow by our challenges. If you don't accept the challenge and confront it, you won't grow as a person. This is it's kind of tough for James right here. It's kind of like his first backpack when he was on Baldy Peak. He's kind of real nervous and worried about that, but now he's over and done with that. He got the 4 Peak medal. And now it's a new challenge. Maybe a little bit out of his reach, but that's how we grow. That's what makes it a challenge.
And it's now the last day of 1990. 7 o'clock. Here we got the scouts doing calisthenics.
I know, hold on. You have to wait, man. Wait a couple seconds before everybody.
If anybody needs it, you need it.
I'm gonna get slammed. I know, man. I gotta get that slam and feel it. Ready, slam!
Don't touch me.
No blow.
Sandwich ball. Okay. Alright,
Now what?
good little session. Okay. Go, I'm sure.
Back food?
Are you making breakfast?
Okay, the scouts are again going for their little run. But they're starting off kind of slow today. Run! And here is James Harmer gonna tell us how cold it was last night. What is that, James?
This is ice. I went this way to wash my hands and look what I found. A big chunk of ice with scrubbos in it.
What is that bucket for?
Dishes and washing your hands.
A solid block of solid ice now, huh?
Yeah, well, it looks like solid ice.
Here, point it into the camera here. Oh boy, look at that.
Isn't that special?
Now we got Michael Stewart organizing the wood for tonight's big bonfire. New Year's Eve. The Great Scout New Year's Big Bash.
Everything freezes and then they come. Everything.
Action.
They're binoculars, see?
This is what we're eating for Monday. We're eating for breakfast on this wonderful Monday morning.
The last day of the
What
year.
is it? I can't tell from my camera.
James cooked all this bacon one at a time. Just so they'd be perfectly burned.
Each
And,
one.
Believe it or not,
And he bought 6 muffins for 9 people.
This is a pound of bacon you're holding in
believe it
your
or not, this is bacon.
Last day of the year, eating a blueberry
You want
muffin.
water.
I'm next cooking. So watch
What?
out.
hand. Water!
James cooking some more scrambled eggs.
Don't!
We're trying.
Trying to cook more scrambled eggs without burning them. And failing miserably. I'm going with the person who has to cook the can. Stop shining that camera. Very nice shows at the Court of Honor, man.
I just wait for something funny to happen.
There it is for lift.
Yeah, coughing those eggs.
I wasn't coughing in the cup over there.
Where's the water? We need water down
Shut up and take it up! God!
Put the water on the other room.
Come on, hit it. Come on, Gary, ready?
Okay, Chris, what'd you get for breakfast?
But hey, I'd like to show you this is our generous servings of breakfast. We have
Quarter of an egg.
about a quarter of an egg and a half a muffin. And that's about it.
always like to have a handle.
Mark, is that from last night?
It sure is. It's the best thing so far.
What, breakfast?
Graham crackers and Coke.
Classic
Man's
Coke
food.
and graham cracker. God.
Alright, here is Paul and Mark in the big wrestling match.
Oh, right in the head. I'll punch you.
Okay.
I didn't punch you.
Okay, Paul. Pin him down.
Watch out for the rock. Come on, Mom. Yeah, you missed it, man.
Flip him, Paul.
Come on, Paul. He's easy.
My head into the.
Oh, there he goes. He turns around and does the right move there. Okay. You got it. You got his arm. Oh,
Reversal. Watch out for the glasses.
and here's Amadeo fixing our incredible tuna sandwich lunch. Okay, Amadeo, how's this work out here?
Beat some bacteria.
Okay.
Are you eating
Okay,
it?
Paul wants
Am I forcing
everything,
you to
right?
eat it? No.
No.
But it's just gross. So you're ragging on me for what I eat.
Yeah.
Work
Have you
that
ever had it?
mustard.
Have you ever had it? No, I don't think so.
Oh, how artistic.
I want my signature on it. No, that's good.
Takes the
I want a
tuna.
happy face on mine.
Just unbutton my pants. I can't find the
Did you hear that, Tom? Chris just unbuttoned his pants.
my pants.
Well, you're next
unbuttoned
to him.
themselves. They unbuttoned themselves as I was leaning down. This
Maybe he
That's
saw.
a lot of tuna.
I know. There's.
I was just looking at
That's the
Tom.
advantage of being in there first. You want a hard-boiled egg in there too?
Something else?
Little onions, little tomato.
That's right.
Oh, you have hard-boiled eggs?
I'll have a hard-boiled egg in there.
Mike wanted a hard-boiled egg. Didn't you, Mike?
Yeah.
Mike is a
A
hard-boiled
little bit
egg.
of lettuce.
Quit cutting that line. What is that shit?
That's what she. What is it? It's a hard-boiled egg.
Yeah.
Who's that for, Amadeo?
With a big
Paul.
hole in it.
It's a big egg.
Holy egg.
Let's zoom in on that sandwich here.
Come on,
Awesome.
Tom. Could waste some
Thank
film.
you. What do you do without a rope?
What are we looking at here?
That's my name. There's my plate.
Focus here.
Some lettuce.
He is waiting for the crowds to thin out. Waiting for the feeding frenzy to abate.
Yeah, sitting in the sunlight. Warming up.
Okay. Thank you, Lord, for letting us live long enough to live till today and eat my great lunch. And thanks for letting us climb Joshua Tree because it's a real nice place. Amen.
Thanks for letting us survive. Thanks for letting us.
Oh yeah, it is a huge sandwich here.
Bursting at the seams.
Here you go. How do you like it?
Can you fit it in your mouth?
Paul, is it good?
Hey, if he can fit his foot in his
6
mouth.
in March. After everything else, he's asking for something earlier in the year.
When do you want it?
Going snow camping.
Okay,
When
is
is
there
there something
alternative?
available earlier in the year?
It's not a derogatory comment towards James that you could suggest a place of walking.
Oh, I know. See, you shouldn't be arguing with me. You should be arguing with Mark. He's the high adventurer.
What do you want?
High adventurer.
I just want something where I can just see how they do it. And I want if they have all the equipment and stuff like that.
Backpacking or car camping?
Car camping, just for starters, just camping.
Car camping.
All we need to do for that is
January
gear inspection.
How's that much?
No.
What is it?
Snow camp.
James, if you want to see if they have the right equipment, do a gear inspection. If you want to see how good they hike, no, wait, listen. If you want to see, if they have the right equipment, do a gear inspection. If you want to see how good they hike, plan a day hike. If you want to see how good they backpack, plan a backpacking trip. What do you want?
Just okay. Calm down. James, look. You want a car camp? We got a car camp. So it's in the snow. Who cares?
I know.
Okay.
Oh, snow camping.
James,
There's
you
a
want,
car camp, but
who suggested that, James?
Wait, I thought this isn't the snow camping backpacking.
No, backpacking.
okay, then can I put a day
Oh,
hike for
cross country
them?
skiing.
Yeah, you can do a day hike. A day hike. Where?
Just Square Mac.
Where Racker Peak?
It's gonna be snowing.
Cool.
All of them.
See, you're saying so now, but before you're arguing. So you gotta be.
Amadeo,
Just a one
you
day
just told
thing.
him he has to argue
Yeah,
with Mark,
just
so let him
one,
argue with
one
Mark.
day.
Oh, I know. I'm
One
saying
month.
though. Haven't you been listening? He's gotta be consistent. He's arguing. Oh no, snow. And then I say, if you go, if you
We
go
got a lot of
hiking,
stuff going on
he
here.
goes early months, it's gonna be snow. So he goes, oh, so. So you gotta be consistent with your. Gotta know what you're trying
Why don't we just have a hike during the snow camp?
Yeah, we could do that.
That's
day
what it
hike.
is. It's a hiking.
Look, that thing right there.
It's hiking.
That's right between trail building and snow camp.
Why don't James? What's wrong with doing it during snow camp?
That's Michael.
I know. I mean, James, why don't you want to do it during the snow camp?
Look,
A day hike?
Yes.
Mark.
I don't know.
You know
You
when
do
you
day
have the
hike in
snow
snow
camping
camp?
orientation of Mark,
I
why
think
don't you
you
just have
haven't
a
been
inspection
listening.
them? And
I think you have not been listening to James at all. The thing that you have to realize is you scouts have been in the unit for about a year now. And to this might not seem like any big deal to you, but if you remember when you joined a year ago, you did a bunch of hikes, then you did some some regular car camps at Wacakush, and then you went on a few backpacks. You eased yourself into the program. Remember Warm Battalion Trail? And what was the other one we did, the PCT? Those were 2 shakedown backpacks to get ready to do the peaks. Okay? I think what James's point is he's saying that half of his squad, even more than half of his squad, because you got to count Brent in that group too. These are guys that haven't been active in the program in our unit for any reasonable amount of time that he's confident about what they can do. And you just don't take inexperienced campers and just throw them out in the snow on a cross-country ski trip and live in igloos. I mean, those guys will just fall apart. That is not when you test them. You don't want, see, one of our problems is retention. Remember, recruit and retain? You don't want to lose these guys by burning them out on the first trip that they haven't been doing anything since August in this unit. Name the last backpack you went on. You guys think you're in shape? This is my son Tom Gomez. We're selling down the same class.
That's Gary Owen, who made a successful attempt.
Oh, my fan club. Hey.
Let's hear some applause here.
Hey, I want to see you go up and carry.
Hey Tom, you missed it. I just went up to where Paul's going up.
There's Paul carefully going up here.
Let's hear some applause for Paul. Ready?
Thanks, you guys.
Get
in the crack.
You're slipping.
As I'm going up.
Stick your foot in the right crack. There you go.
But the only thing I noticed
Jam
was
it.
an area
Yeah,
that I was never paying attention to. I wasn't paying attention. Anybody down below, nobody up
Stick the
above,
heel of your
nothing.
left foot in the
I
left
really
crack and you can take a rest.
sheet of plywood size on the rock.
Heel of my
And
left
I'd know
foot.
every little hole,
And
every
stick as
little
much as you
bump,
can into
and
the
I'd
left
just go
crack.
like this,
And then
go
just
across.
and then rest it there. And then
Until I
and then
got
put
to
your
one
toes
spot on the
put your
rock.
toes somewhere else and you can just rest.
I yelled up at that point and I said, how in the hell, what do you hang on to? He says, I don't know, man, it's just kind of a smear. So I said, okay, and I smeared.
Oh no.
what's
The rope, bro.
Hey,
Who is that?
It's a running river. Hey,
That's what I thought.
it's a trickle down theory.
wait a second, let me
Here's
ask
Gary
you.
only going
Say hi,
trickle
Gary.
on a
Hey,
rock.
you guys be quiet and talk to
Trickle
me.
down.
Hey! Doing right now, do you think that's very good form?
Scrambling around the side of the mountain.
You're just dangling on your arms, Paul. Even worse than that, Paul's dangling on the rope. Why don't you put your left foot on the outside on that crack?
See where your rear end is? Okay, get your foot. There you go.
That's it.
Push against that.
use your two hands in opposition, holding on to the lips like you were, and then
Figure eight.
just run your
I know
feet
you're
up
figure
those.
eight. On.
There you go.
I don't know what I'm tying. I'm just kind of wrapping myself around. I can believe.
You gotta be original.
Yeah, if you're gonna be funny, be original. Don't steal a bunch of other people's material.
There's Gary Olin. You can just move up the rock. This is really tight
The water
looking
heater
stuff.
fan, yeah.
He's about to peel off too.
Someone down fast. Yeah, he is.
Now we're talking.
Paul's is gonna be a big bloody stump.
Got it,
Paul, so you gonna get some shoes at the A16 sale?
Maybe.
Maybe.
There's Gary working his way up the
am.
climb. In the second attempt, he made it over the majority moves there. Let's see how Mark's doing over
Yeah,
here.
that one right up there.
This
to the
climb.
right, or to the left. With all the catching.
Good.
The rope's for.
Good
With
move
a
with the
harness
left
too,
foot.
Brandon. I don't like
You have to
these
get your
ropes.
right up where your
ropes
knee
don't hurt
is.
at all.
For your whole life.
What you want to do though, Mark, is you want to,
If you want to avoid something,
Get that right out.
you'll be able to find
yeah, you want to,
Yeah, there you go.
you're doing too much chimneying. What you want to do is try sticking your toe, your left toe in that crack,
Say it one more time.
rather than put your knee on the outside.
Right.
I will
So
trust
what if I
my
promise you?
Mark, put your knee, your left knee out, not in. Turn your foot around the other direction. There you go.
It doesn't Mark going up.
No,
Watch.
he doesn't have his boots
You're
are
not
too
supposed to. Look
flexible.
at experience.
Okay.
Okay,
Who goes more?
now put your right foot. You've got your right foot pointed down. Get the toe up.
And
Toe
get
up
your
higher.
your head out of the crack.
So get your right foot toe up. You've got it pointed down. You have nothing. No friction.
Watch. Okay, I'm
There you go.
Mark,
Now
jam your
push
feet
back
in there and
Okay.
take a rest.
You
Jam
gonna
your
make a
feet in
leap
and take
for
a
it?
rest.
Yeah.
Alright, go for it.
Do a heel toe.
Are you talking about the rope or are you talking about what is the
Now put the toe against one edge, the heel high, and then try to stand on your foot. Toe low, heel high, and then put pressure on it.
Put your left foot in that big crack that you're climbing in.
No, you can get them all doubled up.
Alright, Gary.
You know.
That's how I get up.
What do you want me to explain to you?
Why you don't want to do it?
I just don't want to do it. Is
You
that
don't like it.
I like it. I just don't want to do it.
Are you scared?
No.
Okay. You're not scared.
I just don't want to do it. Is that what
There's
you're
no
doing?
The question is, at this point, what is Gary holding on to? Okay, meanwhile, we're back here with Gary, making the final moves up to the top.
You'll find excuses not to do it. It's something that's just
I just don't want to climb, Paul. Is that such a big deal?
not a big deal.
Then Paul, leave it.
Yeah, Paul. God.
The natives are coming.
The natives are restless, Gary. How's it look up there? Just like a big head wall or what?
No,
Yeah.
it's got a lot of stuff up there. The guys moved towards your left, Gary.
They went left.
Yeah. Going past that roof, there's stuff over there.
Oh.
How's it going, Mark?
I don't see how I can climb up.
Well, you about 2/3 of.
Okay, it looks like
of
Gary's
the real
pretty
difficult
much over
part.
the top of this.
Okay, see where the crack
Last
is?
move
You got your right hand on?
and
Yeah.
Okay, that whole
walk
flank, you need to
across.
get your foot against it like this.
Okay.
You've got
And
your right
up.
foot doing nothing for you now.
Okay, Gary's gonna mantle, I guess, up and over the edge.
Yeah, there's buckets up there.
Yo, nice, nice
I wouldn't
move.
say buckets, but
Here's Mark up
Keep
here.
going up.
Gary,
Not too
Paul
far
wants to do
in
this.
front of your face.
I want
Reach
to try
up
this a
into
little
that-
bit.
Reach up into that crack in front of your
Why?
face.
What are you doing, Almost? Don't do that.
Way up there.
don't do
There
that.
you go.
You're thrashing on the carabiners. I'm throwing the rope down.
Okay, you gotta push up with your right foot.
Almost got it, Mark. Yeah,
you
now
go.
just grab on. Look where your head is. Look straight ahead. And put your hand on that. Stick your left foot in the crack where your right knee is.
Yeah, you gotta get your leg in there.
Always ready.
Ooh, bro. Hey, what are you doing
Go
to
for
that
it.
rock up there, Mark?
Mark got horny.
Now let me come down first.
Oh.
It's hard to
Well, what do you guys think?
He made it.
These guys doing any good?
They're doing for his first time.
I think especially Chris. Chris is the best.
Yeah, but we can see
Right?
Chris's
What?
underwear while he was.
He got up there.
Yeah, he got up there.
Yeah, it's a start. Gives him a little bit of motivation. Once he's up once, he'll try it again.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's the beginning.
I think a lot better than Mark did.
What was that?
I did better than Mark did on that climb
Why?
because my style and I was just so smooth and fluid, and while Mark was busy humping the rock.
Right, okay.
Later, right?
What are you bringing backpacking again?
Bottom there's micro. After the first bullet
What was the first thing you wanted to bring backpacking?
getting past the first
Should I
bullet.
really tell him? I'll tell what Mark said.
No, what you said. What was the thing that you wanted to bring backpacking?
I said one end with
I can't remember.
The very first thing. What's the first thing you need when you go backpacking?
I know it is. I just can't remember.
Right.
Just look to your right. Just look to your right. Fine.
A what? A right. A what? A right. A what? A right. Oh, all right.
This is a right.
All right.
This is the Patagonia.
I'm on. Give him a chance to get
This is the Patagonia camera test. Here we are.
You want
Are these colors right?
So what?
A what? A right. James,
What?
what are you doing down there?
Think about it.
listen. Wait.
Think about it.
Don't worry about that.
He can't. He doesn't have a brain. He left it at home, remember?
No. Dance step. Move your left over a little bit. Yeah, that's it. A little more.
Do the tangle.
Reach high with your
Whoa.
right. There's a good hold. High right. Heavy chalk. To the right of the bolt. That's the
I was climbing from here. Hey, Paul.
Oh, to the
I'm
right.
ahead of you.
Yeah, that.
Come on, Paul, I'm right here. Fall. Yeah, right. Paul,
On your hands.
Yes.
how'd that feel?
It felt fine. It felt like a fall.
Are you
Felt like I
okay?
have to climb back up it again.
Are you okay?
Fine.
You gonna live?
Yeah, I'm gonna live. I'm gonna try again.
You have two flakes. Okay,
Keep the
Amo,
pressure
look-
on your
Amo,
feet
look at me.
and keep your
Okay, you
feet
got a
pushing
flake
in
there.
to
You
the
got it.
wall.
Hand, look, your hands
When
have
you
to go
get your
like
butt
this.
close to the
One on
wall,
right
you're going to
side,
slip
one on the
off.
left side.
Yeah, so keep
Almost
it
all
out
the
so
way up.
your feet are pushing
Okay, you've
in
got
to the
the edge
wall.
of the flake that you can keep your right foot on it, and your left foot has to go in the
Okay,
other. So you're
next.
going like this, all the way up. Okay, a little bit at a time. Just
You got a
Okay,
you got a flake?
My hands are kind of sweaty.
well, that's okay.
It's all right.
No, keep your butt out. Stick your butt out.
Get that other foot back on there.
Stand up straighter on your left.
I'd rather stand on 2 feet than
There
one.
you go. I'm talking to. Go ahead.
Okay, now.
Now you only get, see that nice hold on your left, your left hand isn't on it. Go lower.
Where is a good place for my
This
foot?
one. That's
On the
good.
flat spot.
You're going to use
right
that
in
and
front
something
of your
else to
left
pull
knee.
up, lock off, and grab
See
the
about
next
where your
one above.
left-
Good up that crack. Nice clean.
Did I get any footage?
Yeah, nice clean.
I did get footage?
Look up above you.
All right.
Okay, move to your
But I just started
move to your right.
filming.
Amo, if you can, don't go in that crack. Don't go over there. Don't go to your right.
It's a matter of following the rope easier.
Okay, now just go straight up from where you are.
There's no
Just pretend it's a boulder
smaller
problem.
one here.
Remember manfully.
Got it. Got it.
A panoramic view of Joshua Tree National Monument. Looking towards the north.
Slack. Slack, 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 slack.
And this is the Varsity Scout Team campground. 6107. See junk everywhere.
Gotta do more pull-ups in the off season.
in the off season.
Right on.
You gotta do pull-ups all the time.
time.
You got a good house to put a pull-up bar in too.
Oh, geez, those high ceilings are great.
Off those beams.
We could do weapons in the living room if we wanted to.
Oh, we got that.
Easy killer.
Animal. Come on.
Yes, folks, it's a geriatric climbing team. Tim and Michael.
Eh? It's a what?
They took their Geritol before they started to climb.
A crack. Oh,
And
it's
they're-
a crack. Okay.
Michael will probably have to go to bed right after this.
Beauty sleep. As much as you can get. Go straight up, dude. Alright. Straight up, straight up.
Notice how he's color coordinated his clothing with the
Yeah,
rock.
Gary went there. Up over the knob and then up over the top of the block.
You see that person climbing barefoot?
No way.
I went to the right first and then I went up.
Nah, come on, Gary.
Oh, sorry. Gary, dude.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Oh! Okay, that's cheating.
Okay, Tom, get serious. You can do this.
Okay, let me get my arms rested up here. Check out that muscle.
Mark, you
cold
gotta
down here,
get those
Tom.
coals out. Yeah, open the bucket. Use your fingers.
Oh, I'm getting properly pumped up.
When you get to the top, Tom, I think we're gonna take this one down.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, here we
Okay,
go.
ready? Ready.
It's time to get some clothing on. You going for it? Yes. All right, Tom.
Crank, crank. Lock a mantle.
Alright.
And even hold on to the rope.
I'm taking you off delay.
And there's the Joshua Tree moon.
Harvest moon.
Oh,
That's a blue moon.
looks orange.
But it's the second full moon this year.
Alright. Happens once in a blue moon.
The rocks start to move.
What do you think about it, Paul? Pretty
I think
awesome,
it's
right?
Beautiful. I like Joshua Tree very much.
Have you been out here before?
No, never. This is my first time.
Well, you'll be out here again next year. Let's look at the town down here.
29 palms.
29 Palms.
Deserted Marine Corps base.
Now, currently, deserted
Try to
recently.
focus here. Wow. Look at that.
Was that active until the...
Now, act goofy or say something.
Let's
Action.
see. I just wanted to say, now that we've climbed up to the top of this beautiful rock here, that I'm really very pleased to be the team coach. And as team coach, I'd like to express my deepest sentiments for the success of the team for 1991. And in true tradition of Michael Stewart and the Marathon Talking League of San Diego and Ocean Beach, I'd like to say that it really all began when I was born. And I was born in 1960.
Drain.
There you go. Very good.
No. Has to be something like
4 tabs of pats, 4 pats of butter around the top of 4 to 5 pats of butter. You got any cinnamon? Pats,
Yeah.
you gotta cut them.
And here we are making cobbler.
Across the cake mix. It will work with it.
Oh no!
So Tom, did you fall on yourself today?
James, come here. Bring
All the time, but I made it to the top.
Alright.
Now, can you make a perfect square with 4 pats of butter by moving only one of them?
Amma, you got any cinnamon or
Yeah.
anything? Okay, sprinkle that on top of all of this. Close it up. Put it in that. Pick it up and put it in that oil pan.
Oh.
Cinnamon.
Apple. Oh, the whole
Let's
And
go.
here goes the peach cobbler.
Put the
And there
lid
goes
down.
Mike's sticks on fire.
Apple and cherry.
You don't have no patons?
Patons? No. I thought they were in that bucket.
No scoop?
Who's sorry? I was gonna cut in front of the camera. Are you
Yeah.
filming?
Amadale cooking real hard. What's for dinner, Amadale?
Beef stew and apple and cherry cobbler.
All right. Beef stew
And
from scratch?
Huh?
Beef stew from scratch, huh?
Cobbler from scratch. But the beef stew is good. And I brought sourdough bread, French.
That's
whiz.
Oh, Tom. Tom, may I please sit in your chair?
What happened to the books that were in it?
I wanted in the chair.
Oh, we started the fire with those. They weren't important.
There were
were
no
they?
books in your chair when I picked it up.
Are you filming now?
You have a variable speed on that.
And here it is. The night before 1991, huh?
Oh no, Tom,
The
we're
last
behind
day
you!
of
Ah!
the last day of 1990.
And there's a ring around the moon.
So who would rather be at a wild news?
Get it while you can, Tom. There's gonna be snow here tomorrow.
Get you nice and dry now, huh? Yes, it's very, very dark. But tonight, we got ourselves a blue moon.
Are those high? Is that a contrail?
Yeah, let's see if I don't know if you can see the ring, but there's a ring around the moon.
What is it?
What is it? Contrail.
Zoom in here. It's the moon. So focus here. There's too many high clouds here. We have Amadeo taking a picture. Let's see what happens with this video camera here.
I am not.
Everybody look at Amo.
Come on, I'll take the picture.
No flash.
That's right, he didn't.
Light on the video camera, then take your picture.
Amadeo's gonna check the cobbler.
No, that's not bearing false witness.
There it is, waiting to be eaten.
We do. Would you like some butter? Somebody's feet are in the way.
These are my feet.
Come on, Tom.
Then
Save
move
some
'em.
for the snow.
For the what?
Save some for the snow, Tom.
Wait, move that coal out from underneath it.
What snow?
Move that coal out from underneath it. It's
The
gonna break
snow
and
we're
then
gonna
you can
get
drop it.
tonight.
I don't think we're gonna get any.
You're not gonna do it?
Oh, put it back.
Actually, that light helps a lot.
On the other side.
You're like dripping all the coals.
Yeah, make
into
somebody
Here we go. This is it. What will it look like?
I don't know. It feels like it's lopsided.
It is.
Don't drop any of it.
Wow.
Good.
Whoa.
A little more.
It's bubbling up through.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let it go for.
Somebody pop the
No,
cherry.
that's Paul.
That smells good.
Somebody pop the
Favor. I
cherry.
ate a lot of
What's a favor?
What's your favorite?
Chris.
Smelling it. That's no favor.
No.
What Chris said.
What did Chris say?
What?
Mike's favor.
Chris knows what he said.
What do you think I was talking about?
Mike wants plenty of favors.
What do you think you were
No,
doing?
I smelled some hot chocolate, and I knew Paul just drank some hot chocolate.
Again. You know, just when I see him coming in and he doesn't know
Eh.
something.
Don't go behind the door that he says to go behind.
Hey, that's true.
He wants to save the
Tom wants to watch.
tape for the snow tonight.
Tom wants to watch all the coals dump in there.
Go, man.
Tom, what are you doing?
What are you doing, Amo?
It's gonna tip.
Don't worry about it.
Get him to the right.
I would worry about it.
It's gonna tip, but it's not gonna fall
Right,
over.
you're right. There you go.
It's ready.
It's ready.
Yes, no, maybe
A
so.
little more.
Yeah, see the white flour on that side? Let it go a little more. Last time was about 15 minutes from the last time. Like,
Okay, Mark, you're out. What do you want to say?
I wanna go to bed, but they won't let me.
He can't play with himself.
Mark, you can't. There's only 38 minutes left till
Who
midnight.
cares about staying up till midnight? Only. Never mind.
On this videotape right now, I have the time being printed on the screen.
He wants
On
to
the
play with
tape.
himself now.
Okay,
James is a babbling
Everybody here?
buffoon.
He's
Okay.
so funny.
first off,
You lose money.
hey! First off, we want to give out something that has been promised. And because of an individual who has showed diligence, perseverance, and ingenuity, and determination and drive. Mr. Amadeo Santos, will you come up here, please? Oh, yeah, let's stay, well, you come up to the
He's
chair,
old.
bro.
Holy
I don't want you to stand right over here in this empty space and talk to
Did Amadeo send us? It's not you. Get out of here.
This is something for Amadeo. And as you notice, it's got a little Christmas tree twig on it for selling most Christmas trees in the universe. So you want to open it up and everybody...
Yes, wait till next Christmas.
No. You can show us what he got.
Show it to us, Amadeo.
It
Whip
looked
it
real
out.
to me.
I don't know.
You try and be funny.
A whisper light.
You serious?
Oh man.
International.
Ooh, no, say no to empty. With a gas fuel bottle.
Whoa.
I don't have the international.
Now, I
Tom
also
does.
give out a few late Christmas presents, and I hope the Scouts aren't upset by this, because you guys aren't really that close to my hearts that I get you Christmas presents.
We love you.
I do get presents for the people that I think about at Christmas time, and that I know that may have, little hard times in their life, and they need a little brightness to warm up their Christmas. So for this, I have a Christmas present for Paul Zakin.
Man.
It's too flat to be a cord.
It's your light bulb.
It's a very small present.
Dayglow comments.
I haven't opened it.
What's he gonna use buttons for too?
And you gotta read
I want to
it.
be virgin.
His girlfriend.
So tonight, Cole, we're calling
Anal diaphragm.
it's a blow up butt plug.
You have to use
Hey,
it
be
tonight.
quiet, jealous.
Fart
Yeah! Fart plug! Yeah!
Paul, show those at me.
Yeah!
Show me the camera. Paul.
Yeah, Fart fart plug. plug. There's a warning on the back though. Do not record open wine bottles with used fart plugs, for it will ruin the plug's bouquet. Also, not to be used in the nose, ear, or derriere, since the increased pressure of a highly toxic gas may force the plug to act as an unfriendly projectile, causing bodily harm to persons in the immediate vicinity. That's right.
Yeah!
Merry Christmas, Paul.
Very good.
In here for Gary Owen. And the reason I got him this, it's not a very big present.
It's like a harness.
It's not a Christmas gift, so it's hard to shop for Gary.
Oh, I know.
But I know I got this for Gary because I know that Gary wants to do better. He really tries hard to do the best he can, and I hope this will help him do better.
Uh-oh.
Don't throw it in the fire, okay?
Is it a Star Trek insignia with the beam me up Scotty button?
From Sport Select. From back in the corner. It's
So for his next uniform inspection,
this is the hat I'm always gonna wear. Forget
Pull it over
the Redwoods history.
another 15 points.
This is it.
15 points on that inspection sheet.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
Tom, you're gonna have to. Tom, you're gonna have to give the camera to someone.
I'll just walk over here and
Oh, come on. There it is. Now it's recording. Hi.
Hi.
Back from the commercial. We edit the commercials out. It's our own video.
Tom got
Anyhow,
out of the by the way.
for Tom, I've got a present for him, which is not really funny or fantastic or anything, but it's useful. Tom is the kind of guy that likes to be useful, and he likes things that he can use.
Gas mask.
And you could use.
A car.
And Silva is useful, but
Well,
I couldn't get
It's
enough.
kind of hard to be used.
Not only that, but I couldn't get enough wrapping
Especially
paper
when I
for
don't have
her.
anything to use on
So,
it.
Put a 12 pack of
You know, like my grandma, she says, open it carefully so she can use the wrapping.
no, I know.
Burn the wrapping
Just
paper.
burn it,
But you're gonna
Dad.
burn the wrapping paper.
And we're gonna burn you.
Open it like a real man,
There was
a book.
not like a petite woman.
Arizona. What?
Sony's Arizona.
What does it say on the front?
Arizona Highways, 1991 engagement. Alright!
I got this.
Remember
for,
Tom? We were just talking
I
about
got
that.
this for Tom and all his hot dates.
Alright.
Yeah.
Are you telling me Tom's gonna get engaged in Arizona in 1991?
Is that a? Oh.
I
That was a swimsuit
I
one.
know, me too.
Alright.
Bitchin'.
Now I'll never miss an outing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Never miss a scout meeting. I know what.
Merry Christmas, Tom.
Alright, thanks a lot, Michael.
All right.
8:30.
Alright!
And then last but not least,
I gotta start writing stuff in here.
Tim Burke. Now see, now you're gonna have to give up.
Cut!
I got it.
But don't fight flag.
Hey, the camera's on, okay?
He's using his finger.
Quiet on the set.
Camera's on.
Okay.
I'll go to sleep.
Roll him.
30 minutes to midnight.
All right.
Who
And then
cares?
Tim Burke. What can I say about Tim except that we ran into each other in junior high. We've known each other from junior high.
Anybody get hurt?
I was taller, so
We both did.
I suffered an injury that has never allowed my voice to get very deep. And then Tim and I went different ways in high school. After high school, we got together under very strange cosmic circumstances. Very cosmic.
Candlelight
Very
dinner.
fruity.
Candlelight
And,
dinner
uh,
and butt plug sessions.
And I've known Tim ever since. Tim and I, the only thing that Tim has over me is that he's 4 days older than I am.
Oh.
In fact, his birthday will happen in, how many minutes do we have?
29.
29 minutes.
You were born right on
New Year's Day.
Dude, that's weird.
Tim's birthday, so
You see that?
all you party poopers that wanted to go to bed early, maybe you think twice about that.
Tim,
I'll go to bed anyway.
Tim in
Almost a second.
29 minutes will be
So your birthday was today,
41
Mike?
years old.
Yeah!
You guys can spank him. That's worth waiting up.
can spank
for, you know
yourself.
what I mean?
They already spanked themselves.
But Tim and I were
Thank
both
you,
born
Mikey.
in the month of January, which makes us
What is it?
Phone mate.
Ah, something Tim doesn't want. I'll never speak into a phone answering machine in my life. I
do
would
it all
not
the
make
time.
anyone.
When I talk to him, he's always out taking one of his annual
Annual
baths.
baths.
Annual bath.
Also, for a New Year resolution, I
No, he
promised
doesn't
all
have
of you that
bath.
I will change my message.
Yay!
Are you gonna take a bath before or after?
You take it
There's
in
one
the
problem
Take
with
his phone right
answering
in the
machine.
bath.
There's a big problem, and you made a big mistake when you purchased this model. It only records 5-minute messages. You're gonna have to
Oh,
like,
darn,
5
Mike.
separate messages.
Every time I
You
call,
can't listen to Paul fart for more than
Chapter
5
one.
minutes.
Chapter 1. Part 2.
Hey, listen to
Comal.
It's
What is it?
¿Tú comprende?
Yeah.
Es un comal. What is this? Oh, no, I'm not going to throw those away because you threw away the ones last year. Hot dog, man.
It's like a.
Eat the tortillas.
Got it.
Merry Christmas.
It's a phrase.
No, you know, you'll see.
Get it.
Ow! Wow!
You'll figure out.
Whoa, it's only a frying pan.
Look at that one.
Ah, that's what it's good for.
So that
There we
Too
go.
much heat, though.
Jiffy Pop popcorn. Here we go. 20 minutes before the New Year's, and we're cooking popcorn. There's Paul
I said, let's do everybody.
doing
a
the shake.
favor. We called your house. He wasn't at home. He wasn't at work.
Yeah, that's been the over the whole past year.
Okay, what is that, Mark?
Jiffy Pop.
Look at that. All right.
Mark, the queen of Jiffy Pop.
Look at that beauty.
Alright.
Put that hand
Come on, Paul, you're almost there! Come on! Oh no! Paul is having a popcorn orgasm. Look at this. Yes.
And there's Michael Sturt doing cooking popcorn the old-fashioned way.
Uh-oh, it's on fire.
Oh! Nobody get any of that popcorn.
We have
It's kind of like marshmallows.
burnt aluminum.
And it's on fire! Oh no!
It's gonna fall off. Looks like it's ready to fall off.
Hi! Hey! 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Midnight! Come on, let's go. Let's push in. Let's push in. And they got Tim on the ground. It's Amadeo James.
Happy birthday, dog pile!
Did you spank him 41 times?
Yeah. Ah, shit.
You honked, right? I heard you honk.
Of course, it's blinking. How come it's blinking?
Battery's going dead. That's what it means. But I'm still forming.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, time for a toast here.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I gotta run now. What?
I was making. Whoa.
Forward progress.
Hey, hike! Hike!
Offside, 5-yard penalty.
Hey! Yeah!
Decline the penalty.
Okay.
Come on. Hey, what the hell, man?
Right here, right here!
This is starting to anger me now already. Turn that thing off!
and this is the starting marker for the orienteering course. And there's Crystal Pilla on the orienteering course.